Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. This is another Wednesday campaign update. The party had voted for a few things to decide what was going on, what they wanted to do for the next adventure for me to write. And they ended up wanting to explore someplace new and rescue somebody. And I think there was a couple other options. Oh, the place actually has humanoids that are more advanced than them. So the party starts out with the occultist in the party, who's not going to be the active character in what's going on, but he is for the background of how the party gets here. He gets a book delivered to him, and it's written in a language he doesn't know. So he goes to a library and starts to translate it and make sense of it. After about 3 months, he has some gate coordinates and a brief description on what's over there. And the book itself is about 100 years old. The whole party joins the Pathfinder Society officially. So they get support from the Pathfinder Society. And that gives them access to a gate to use these coordinates with. They give the coordinates that they have for the shadow plane to the Pathfinder Society. So they add that to their known destinations that they can dial this gate to. The party then goes through the gate and they start making fortitude saves as soon as they're on the other side. The air is thicker. The air is filled with poison that they didn't even know was going to be here because it's not in the description of the book. And as they find out later, this is new compared to when the writer of the book was here. So they all eventually come into here, and I have even their backup characters come through because I'm going to have them stage a few adventures from this place, and then they can go back to the material plane. So they begin trying to go through this forest, and it is a dense canopy forest, and there's a lot of these weird mushroom things that are bigger and weirder and different colored than what the mushrooms they're used to on the material plane, growing all over everything. The party gets attacked by 3 about like 4 feet tall roly-poly bugs that have weird mandibles and stuff. And the party has a hard time getting through its armor. But they do manage to kill these things. The downside was every time they hit one of these things, this powdery substance that comes from the mushrooms was all over them and would bounce up, and they'd have to make a new save versus poison. At some point, they pass out from the poison before they could reach any shelter. And when they wake up, they're in a big straw-like bed in a house, round like house made out of interwoven reeds and stuff. Or I shouldn't say reeds, sticks and branches and stuff. The party is greeted by a rat man who's dressed like a Native American. He has a headdress with one feather. He's wearing like a bone vest. And he doesn't understand understand them when he starts to talk, because he doesn't know their common, but he does know a few of their languages. So eventually the party finds a language that he can communicate back to. And he gives them bits and pieces of information of what's going on, how big the forest is, what they would need to venture into the forest. And he was the one that rescued him. The party spend about 3 days healing up, recovering all their constitution, because that's what they were losing from the poison. The rat man feeds them, gives them medicine, and takes care of them for that time. After a little bit, the village is under attack by these robot creatures. And for an image, I used the Cylons. They attacked, and there was like a dozen of them attacking. And they took one of the townspeople with them as they were retreating, and only a handful of them were still down on the ground. Moving towards another vehicle, and the party attacks that group and takes them out. At least I think they take them out. Or does that vehicle get away? I think the vehicle gets away, but they take out a few of those warriors. But they also saw that this group of ratmen, they had one building that they all ran to, and they started plugging hoses into these weird rifles. And for a better description, because the guy asked to examine this gun later, for a better description for this player, it has a pressure gauge on it. And once you see the pressure reach a certain level, you'd pull the trigger, and steam would propel a projectile. So they use that to combat against this group that's assaulting them. The party decides they want to go rescue the person that was taken, and that's pretty much where the game ended. So not bad for online game. They made decent progress, and there's lots of rolls and lots of getting used to the area they're exploring, because a lot of details were discussed and talked about. So until we game again, guys.